All right, so things are starting to heat up in this brokerage war between Keller Williams and eXp Realty. Full disclosure, I am a part of eXp Realty, and I've never been a part of KW. So just giving you that as context. And I'm making this video because I find this topic interesting. I'm not here to give a legal opinion. I'm not here to weigh in on who's right and who's wrong. I'm just looking at this as objectively as I can. And I am part of eXp Realty. I'm making that well known, so none of you in the comment section accuse me of, hey, he's from eXp and he didn't disclose that. There you go. I'm gonna continue repeating that I am part of eXp Realty, but me looking at this and seeing how it's playing out is just fascinating. So first, let's look at some numbers for comparison. KW was started in 1983 by Gary Keller, and eXp Realty was founded in 2009 by Glenn Sanford, who, by the way, was a former top agent at KW. So he was with Keller Williams at one point in time, but then he left, and then after a while started his own brokerage, which became eXp Realty. And for the longest time, eXp Realty was a substantially smaller brokerage than KW, because as of right now, Keller Williams has about 180,000 agents, or so that's what it says on the website, and eXp Realty has about 74,000 agents. But if you rewind back 3 years ago, eXp was about 25,000 agents, and Keller Williams was about 160. So in those 3 brief years, eXp has tripled and KW still has grown, but not nearly as fast as eXp, and that's understandable. Keller Williams has more years under its belt, so it is a little bit harder to see that level of growth with a more established, a more mature brokerage. So there's always been that contention between KW and eXp Realty because of the ties, the origins, if you will, but also because of the model. Keller Williams was actually the first brokerage that popularized the 7 levels of income of profit sharing, meaning that when you join Keller Williams, if you sponsor an agent or recruit another agent, and they go on to recruit another agent and on and on and on, you actually get paid from that, what's called a downline. So you would receive profit share from agents that were attracted from your lineage. And eXp has a similar program. You too can sponsor agents and recruit agents, and those agents can recruit agents and agents and agents up to 7 levels. You too get compensated, but here at eXp Realty, it's actually from a revenue share perspective, so off the top, not off the bottom. Over here, you're taking expenses into account, meaning that once there's something left over, if there is something left over, you get to profit share. But with eXp, you get money off the top, off the revenue share. And of course, there's probably a lot more history that we're not aware of. There's probably a lot more in the background that we'll never hear about. But there have been some instances where we do hear about it. One of those cases happened to be in Inman in 2018, where on an interview on stage with Brad Inman, Gary Keller seemed to dismiss Glenn Sanford's praises of his leadership. When Gary Keller was informed of the high praise, his response was, "Love it, good for him, I don't care." So that was broker beef that actually made its way out to the public, but things had slowed down for a little bit up until a couple of days ago, where on February 4th, the president of operations, Stacy Onnen, announced her departure from eXp Realty to KW. And again, a quick reminder, I'm an eXp Realty agent. I'm not trying to hide that at all. I've said that probably 5 times already, and I'll probably say it 5 more times. I only say that right here, right now, again, to share with you that on that day, February 4th, the entire company, all of eXp Realty agents received the following email. Today, we share that Stacy Onnen has decided to leave eXp Realty to pursue other opportunities, and her last day will be February 4th. Since joining eXp in 2018, Stacy has played a pivotal role in shaping and growing the U.S. brokerage business. She assembled an amazing team of people, readiness to become a public company and scaled operation for growth across 50 states. We acknowledge her contributions and wish her all the best. Now, having been an executive in my previous life in one of the largest compounding networks in the country, I can tell you that emails that go out on that day that don't really reference where that individual is going is customary. However, it's not something that is planned for too far in advance. Now, I could be misreading this entire thing. I fully acknowledge that. However, again, there's some reading in between the lines that as you look into it a little bit closer, you can tell that there was some movement that was a little bit more impromptu than being prepared for. So that was the big news for a couple of days, where a big executive from eXp joins Keller Williams. That was all over the Facebook groups, that was all over Reddit, that was going everywhere. But not even a week went by when another bombshell between these brokerages ended up dropping, where it was revealed that the former Keller Williams CEO himself, Mark Willis, was poised to join eXp Realty, who helped grow the brokerage for over 20 years and amass over 112,000 agents before he departed in 2014. So yes, you have a former CEO from Keller Williams attempting to join eXp Realty. How wild is that? And what's even wilder is that KW put a temporary restraining order from that actually happening. And you can kind of read in between the lines from a Glenn Sanford tweet, which read, "It's fun to have a competitor who dismissed you in the past try to use the legal system to try to keep former team members from joining the team." So now we know what that was about. And the reason that we know this, or the reason that this blew up again, was because eXp filed a counter motion to prevent this restraining order from being a thing. And what's super interesting of this, the reason that I actually wanted to make this video, is the timing of it, where you have an active executive. So that executive is presently with eXp Realty going over to KW, and in the background, KW is preventing a former executive from joining eXp. So I just found that fascinating. So what do you think? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you're a KW agent, let me know. If you're an eXp Realty agent, let me know as well. If you're with Coldwell Banker, Remax, and you're sitting from the sidelines just taking this all in, I would like to hear from you as well.